Listeners beware. This podcast contains adult content.
Take this to your grave. Take this to your grave. Secrets are no fun unless you share with everyone. So take this to your grave.
Hello, Jakey.
Hello, America's Next Top Model, Emily.
You're frozen on my Zoom. This has never happened before.
You're frozen on my Zoom.
You look rough.
What am I doing?
I'm going to screenshot it. Hurry, screenshot it. Oh, no, you moved.
You moved.
Dang it.
Your burn was up close and center in my frozen one.
Don't talk about my burn.
What happened?
I was trying to cook something. I think I had a lot of oil in the skillet, and I threw in some sweet potatoes, and somehow a big chunk of oil flung up on my arm, and now I have this hideous burn.
Yeah, and now a big chunk of your arm is missing. I hope it didn't get into the potatoes.
No, luckily it didn't. Well, maybe it did, but they tasted fine.
And now you have a craving for human flesh that you can't explain.
Why are you telling everybody about that? I told you that in confidence. Oh, silly.
Well, anyways, everyone, welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of Take This to Your Grave, the podcast where we read your secrets back at ya.
And if you would like to submit a secret, go to www.takethistoyourgrave.com. There'll be a little submission box there. Type it in, hit submit, and it is completely anonymous.
We'll be waiting.
Yeah, my name is Emily.
Oh, hello, and I'm Jake.
What is that you're drinking? Do you have a drink?
I do. Okay, so this is a little bit of cran apple juice with a lot of vodka. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a lot of vodka. I'm drinking a White Claw hard seltzer raspberry.
Delicious.
It is. I've had about 4 of them, though, and I'm not feeling anything, so.
I'm worried that this is going to be our drunkest episode yet.
I know, we have been drinking a lot of pregame before this episode, which is not a common thing for us, but it was needed.
The thing is, I had Emily over at the studio before we started recording. Next thing we know, we are 4 White Claws deep into watching America's Next Top Model, and then we look over at each other and we're like,
yeah, I guess we should start recording. But it's the first America's Top Model that I've ever seen with guys in it. So it's got a little bit of like Love Island, like Next Top Model vibe. It's just really very trashy and interesting.
It's addicting. It's on Netflix if you're interested to watch it. But if you're not here for that, you are here for secrets. Maybe, Emily, we should go on into our cemetery of secrets and read a couple of these things.
We shall. Do you have the skeleton key?
Oh my god.
Oh.
I think I left those in my other pants.
Oh my god. Run down to your washing machine real quick.
Okay, I got them.
Awesome. Okay, let's go. You're frozen.
You're frozen too, and you look great.
Wait, screenshot.
I don't know how to screenshot on a computer.
Okay, Command-Shift-4, and then you drag with your cursor, make a box of what you want to take a picture of.
I always do Command-Shift-5.
Well, that takes a screenshot of the whole screen. If you do Command-Shift-4, you can choose what you want a screenshot of. But it's too late. We're unfrozen. Okay, now let's go into the Cemetery of Secrets. Did you bring the ceremonial lantern?
I sure did. One moment, let me grab a match. It's lit.
Heyo. Now that we're settled, I do think that I am going first this week.
Yes, thank God. Okay, I'm ready to sit back and hear a listener-submitted secret.
So this is from Attention Hungry Adolescent. No subject.
Okay.
Hey, Jake and Emily. Y'all are awesome.
Hi, you're awesome.
I'm here to share a secret I have never told anyone.
Ooh.
I'm going to add a trigger warning for light pedophilia. I don't think it's too bad, though.
Thank you, honestly, for putting the trigger warning in the secret for us.
I
You
know.
are a good listener.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Okay. I was an ugly kid, believe me. All the boys in my class would agree. Come puberty, when we all started getting curious, the boys and girls would naturally explore their sexuality with each other. Well, no one wanted to explore with me. Womp womp.
Aw.
One night at a slumber party, one of my girlfriends introduced us to Omegle, the online anonymous chat with strangers. We would get on, lie about our age, who we were, and sometimes create these complex alter egos who set up meets with strangers across the country just to mess with them. A few months later, we discovered the video chat. We quickly learned this was a place many men came to masturbate. After clicking through, giggling at the many dicks, we became pretty uncomfortable and logged off. Well, my curiosity was piqued. I found a place where I felt desired, and for roughly 2 to 3 years after, I would sign on and flirt. The young boys I came across wanted nothing to do with me. However, the men gave me the attention my neglected sexuality craved. A few times, I would take my shirt off and try to be pretty while they jerked off. I always clicked away after just a couple minutes, knowing it was wrong, but I was hooked. I would just go to the next one and the next one. This was my naughty little secret. Sometimes I would get on 4 to 5 times a week. At some point, I became desensitized to the graphic content, but when I think about them, there are a handful of clear images I can see. Going to a very conservative school, Omegle played a big part of my sexual education. How crazy. Happily, when I was 14, I had my first kiss, and real boys my age started to show me some appreciation. Omegle lost my attention completely. Now, as a full-ass adult, I finally realized how icky the whole situation was. Gross. Oh, and I'm also hot now. Smiley face.
Oh!
I wish I could go back and tell that insecure girl to have patience. The boys will come. The end.
Yes!
Yup. Okay, tell me your first thoughts because I have so many things to say.
I have a lot of things too. I used to love getting on Omegle whenever I discovered that website. I think this is something that a lot of kids actually discovered whenever they were younger. Did you?
Yeah, Jake, do you not remember when you, me, and Molly used to do this at her house? And she and I would be the bait, and then you, dressed up as a fucking serial killer in all black, and would come in behind us with a knife, and we would stage murders to try to just fuck with these people, and all they would do is just hit next, and they would move on. They did not give a fuck that Molly and I were about to be murdered.
Because they were probably on there looking for
Exactly.
boobs.
They were predators.
And how many penises did we see?
So many penises. So many penises. But I just got a hoot out of us just staging fake murders for these pervert heads.
You know, we wanted to be actors. Like, we're like, okay, if we're going to have a captive audience, let's give them some drama.
I guess so. Well, I mean, I guess the biggest thing I want to say about this is, like, huge fucking shame to those fucking pervert, predator, yucky ass men.
Shame them all you want. They're gonna keep doing it.
Right. Like, this is a platform for yucky guys to manipulate minors. Like, it's just so fucking horrible. And, like,
I can't believe it's still an active website.
okay, well, what's interesting is I tried to do some research. I didn't really find anything that wasn't, like, the obvious, like, keep your kids away from this website. There are predators, blah, blah, blah. But what's interesting is that the Apple Store and Google Play, like, have banned this.
Wow.
Like, you can't download this as an app because of, I guess, how controversial it is. But it's just so sad because kids at this age, you know, of course they want attention and they want to be desired and be paid attention to. And here are these yucky men just waiting for those vulnerable kids to come along. It's just so yuck.
I know, but where do you draw the line? I mean, you can take off Omegle off of the Apple App Store, but we still have Snapchat. We still have Kik. You know, we still have all these other things that make it so easy for underage people to connect with pervs. I mean, taking away Omegle is barely stopping anything.
I know. And it made me think of To Catch a Predator, which I mean, I guess it's kind of weird, but I fucking love that show. Like,
That's not weird. So do I.
Okay, I get such satisfaction out of watching those yucky men just walk in, and Chris Harrison is there. Oh, it just makes me feel good. I just want to watch it now. And...
Is it Chris Harrison or Chris Hansen?
Oh, shit.
I think Chris Harrison is the guy on The Bachelor, and then Chris Hansen. Dateline Embassy, this is Chris Hansen.
Yep, you're totally right. I apologize, Chris Hansen.
Fun fact about Chris Harrison, though, my dad sat next to him on an airplane one time and totally fangirled.
How embarrassing.
And Chris Harrison immediately put his headphones in and did not want to talk to my dad.
Aw, poor Lee.
Yeah, he was probably overly friendly, how he always is. But that was a really good secret. I think that the best thing about it is how relatable it is. You and I used to troll people on Omegle all the time. So, I mean, I'm sure most of our listeners probably had like a stint with that too. And if you haven't done it before, don't go on the website.
Yeah, just don't waste your time.
You're just going to see a bunch of fat people stroking their dicks.
It's so true. You're going to see so many dicks. What I really want to do, since I look so young, is I want to get on Omegle, and I will be the bait, and then you come in behind me dressed as a cop, and you say, I have your IP address, and the cops in your area are on the way.
I could dress as Chris Hansen.
Oh, that's so good. We should just start our own little, like...
sting operation.
Yeah. There's a lot of that on TikTok, which I do enjoy watching. Oh, it's so fucked up. I'll have to show you.
It's so satisfying, though, seeing these pervs get...
exposed.
Yeah, get the law slammed down on them.
Because a lot of times the law doesn't get involved, but at least they get, like, publicly humiliated. Like, fuck you guys. Fuck you so hard. I'm just glad that you're confident in how you look now and that everything's fine.
Yes, confidence is key. I mean, confidence is key. There we go. Are you ready to hear one of my secrets?
Yes, I think I'm ready.
Okay, so switching gears, this one is from Anastasia, and the subject is One Night Stand Gone Awry.
Uh-oh.
This one is hilarious. I hope you think it is too.
Okay, great.
So, I had been talking to my best friend from childhood's older brother for a few weeks about hooking up. We had been going back and forth about having a one-night stand, and he's telling me that he'll be the best that I've ever had, yada yada.
Aren't they always?
Which appealed to my competitive nature, so I decided to go for it. I made certain that he would be okay with the one night, no strings attached, sex only encounter, because I had absolutely no interest in a relationship. So, I get over there and we start fooling around. Not only was this the most mediocre sex that I'd ever had, it was like really bad.
Oh no.
But as he's thrusting and pumping, and I'm thinking, for the love of God, would you please finish so I can go home and finish myself off? All of a sudden, he looks deep into my eyes and says, I think I'm falling for you.
Oh no.
I immediately push him off of me and say, why the hell would you want to do something stupid like that? Then I get up, start pulling my clothes on, and he starts crying and begging me to stay. No. Please don't go. I swear I won't say anything else about my feelings. Please, I'm sorry. Don't leave.
Aww.
I couldn't get out of there fast enough. Some women do the walk of shame. I did the run of horror. Worst part is, about a week later, he wanted me to come to his place and hang out and smoke some green. So my dumbass gives him another shot. We're on my couch, hooking up, and this time he tells me, I think I love you.
No!
My response, get out now.
God damn it, dude.
He tries to start apologizing, and I tell him, nope, you gotta go now, since you obviously can't take a hint. Not interested. Sorry I was dumb enough to believe you got over this love crap. Bye, boy.
Aw.
I went out 3 nights after that with my now hubby, and just felt sparks with him that I had never felt in years. The last that I heard from I can't keep my mouth shut boy was 3 weeks later, whenever I posted on Facebook that I was in a relationship. This guy was spazzing in my DMs and texting me about, I thought you didn't want a relationship. What's so wrong with me? And best of all, he had his sister call me to find out why I didn't want to be with him. Because you told me on what was supposed to be a one-night thing that you loved me? Anyways, That was my most embarrassing sex story.
Damn. Okay, so the first two thoughts that I have are that I've been in that situation where I've had a friend who just wanted to be my friend to be around my brother.
No.
Like, wanted to have sleepovers just to hang out with my brother.
No.
Yes, 100%. So that's what I first thought about. And the second thing I thought about was props to any man who is willing to be in touch with their feelings and be vulnerable and, you know, talk about how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also like a red flag. Like, it absolutely, you should not love me this soon, or you shouldn't be in love with me at all, and you shouldn't be telling me that you love me.
Sure.
Yikes. So props to him for being vulnerable, but no.
Whenever somebody sets that boundary at the beginning before you have sex,
yes.
whenever they set a
very clear
expectation that this is only going to be physical, are you okay with that? I'm okay with that. Cool.
Right.
And then as soon as they're inside of you, they say, I'm in love with you.
Yikes.
That's where everything becomes fucked up. Like, how dare you put me in that weird situation?
I know. Yeah, that's so awkward. Poor thing. I'm sorry, but good for you for getting out of there and for not feeling bad for him and going along with it. Like, you know, there may be some people that would be like, yeah, I love you too. And then, like,
and then you're trapped.
Yeah, and then you're trapped.
Mm-hmm.
And how shitty that the friend, like, texted her, too. Like, come on.
No, it was his sister.
I know. Like, that's shitty. It's shitty that she would be like, yeah, you're right, bro. Why doesn't she love you? Let me text her real quick.
Well, I am so glad, Anastasia, that you have found a husband that reads the room and isn't, you know, a lovey-dovey creep like that guy.
Damn.
Way to go.
That was good. Okay. Is it my turn?
I do think it's your turn. Tell me a story.
So this is from Jay. Subject, Billy the Ghost.
Oh.
When I first read this, I thought it said Billy the Goat. And I was like, what the fuck? But now I know it's Billy the Ghost.
I hope it's a ghost story, right?
We'll see.
Okay.
Hey, Emily and Jake. Sorry for the length and grammar. I'm on my phone. This story is true, but still hard to believe for everyone that lived it.
Yes.
Back in 2011, my family moved to a new house. This was both my parents, my younger sister, and our dog. Everything was normal for a couple of months, but we all started to notice weird shit. You'd hear footsteps upstairs, see something in the corner of your eye, hear knocks on the wall. Weird shit.
That is weird.
It was a relatively new house, built in the early 2000s, so we couldn't say it was just an old house. Even though I love horror movies, I was trying to find rational explanations for everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was until I saw what we now refer to as Billy.
Oh my god.
It was in late 2012. I'm 17 at the time. I had a horror movie club, and my friends and I were playing hide and seek around midnight. I just want to pause and say, a horror movie club sounds fucking awesome.
And you're playing hide and seek with them? Yes!
And if that would have been a club in our high school, we would have definitely been there, hands down.
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking for one of my friends in the darkest room of the house.
Ooh.
We called it the paranormal room because a lot of weird sounds came from there. I opened the door and thought I saw him in the corner on top of some boxes. It was too dark to see his face, but I could feel him looking at me. I called his name, but my friend stood up in the middle of the room.
No!
My heart stopped when I realized whatever was in the corner was not my friend.
Ah!
We hauled ass out of the room and tried not to think about it. Skip another few months, and the weird shit is still happening on and off. We're stuck in a contract and can't leave yet. But I haven't seen Billy. Then, one night I'm asleep. For context, my mattress sits on the floor. I suddenly wake and see Billy crouched beside my bed, just staring at me.
No.
Not moving or anything. Just watching. He looks like a shadow come to life. He's probably 5'10", fit, but no defined features, yet I can feel him watching me. Eyes behind his blank, shadowy face.
Oh my god.
I'm too horrified to scream. Parentheses. I'm a guy, but if I could have screamed like a little girl, I would have. We just look at each other, then I build the courage to turn away. I'm expecting to die right there. Nothing happens, so I bolt from my room and sleep on the floor of my sister's room. Some people know this story, but I don't tell it often because not many believe it.
Oh my god.
But even writing this, my hands are shaking. Love the podcast. Maybe next time I'll post an embarrassing story. Peace, Jay.
Woo!
Ooh, spooky, spooky, spooky.
So scary. I fucking love it. I'm glad you survived that, Jay. Do you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Whenever we went to go stay at Miss Molly's bed and breakfast in Fort Worth, which was reportedly one of the most like haunted bed and breakfasts in all of Texas. We went there maybe whenever we were 18 years old, and we were the only ones that stayed in the hotel that night. Like, it was a super small hotel. There was only 6 rooms. Long story short, as a joke, I wanted to go in what was supposedly the most haunted room, which was room 5, that was supposedly haunted by like this entity called Cowboy Jake. No relation. I went in there. One of our friends closed the door behind me to like spook me, and then the door would not reopen. I tried to open it, and then you tried to open it, and it wouldn't.
I know. I thought you were fucking with me, and then I was trying it, and it would not open. It was so fucking scary.
It was so scary. The only way that I got out was because our friend ran into the innkeeper's room, found the wall of keys, got room 5's key, and unlocked it that way. Cowboy Jake was haunting me.
Yeah, I completely agree. I do think it was. Cowboy Jake and Billy are probably working together.
But that's what that story makes me think of. That was such a fucking good story from Jay. Thank you for writing that in.
Yes, thank you, Jay.
Oh, it just gave me shivers imagining that little shadowy man up in the corner of that room.
Or anything crouching. Like, I think I've always told you this. Anything crouching or scurrying is like my trigger. Like, oh my god, there is nothing scarier than anything crouching in the corner or something scurrying across the room. Like, fuck no. Fuck no. And being on top of some boxes in the corner of the room, just like crouched and looking at you, that is so fucking terrifying. And I love it.
Movies need to have that as a trigger warning. Like, warning, there's smoking, there's gore, there's crouching, there's scurrying.
You're right. I need to know ahead of time so I can be prepared.
Ooh, that
That's
was
awesome.
scary.
Thanks,
Thank you, Jay.
Jinx.
Are you ready for me to tell you another tale from one of our listeners?
A tale from the crypt.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So this is from Queerly. It starts by saying, shout out to Emily and Jake. Loving the podcast so far.
Aw, thanks.
Keep up the good work. We will. So, when I was in my adolescence, I went to visit my out-of-state cousins. As they were out of state, we didn't really know each other very well, and we certainly didn't see each other very often. I was probably 11 to 12, and he was probably 12 to 13. Their house had a basement, and I thought that was awesome because we don't have basements in Texas. We don't.
No, we don't.
Basements are fucking awesome to me.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the basement?
No, never.
I don't think I have either. Texas problems, I guess. Okay, so they go on. Anyways, we spent a lot of time in the basement because I liked it down there, and the parents stayed upstairs. I'm sure you know where this is going. We decided to explore each other's bodies.
I did not know that that's where it was going.
One thing led to the other, and we ended up mutually masturbating.
Whoa. Are these two guys?
I think so.
Okay.
The next day, we all piled into the car. The oldest cousins had a ride in the back. We took advantage of the seclusion and ended up fondling each other over each other's clothes. We never really spoke about it, and we aren't close now. I know a lot of people probably have similar experiences, but I feel better saying it out loud. I still kind of have a kink for sexy stuff in back seats, and in situations where I could get caught. ... That's the end.
Whoa. Yes, I mean, we've covered topics like this often, actually.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a common thing that a lot of people go through. Just exploring their sexuality. It's somebody that you trust.
The fact that, yeah, they were 11 to 13 years old. This is prime time for sexual exploration that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You're just figuring out your own body. But this is also prime time to set in long-lasting kinks or like fantasies, I think.
Yeah.
This person, since they had that, that touchy session in that back seat of
Right.
that van. They said that that's something that they still kind of like fantasize about.
That makes so much sense to me.
And so I looked up what that fantasy is called, and I stumbled upon this thing called exhibitionism. Have you heard of that?
No, and this is the... Oh, I guess you'll tell me. Go ahead.
So, exhibitionism is marked by the urge, fantasy, or act of engaging in sexual behaviors in public spaces where you may be caught, or exposing one's genitals to non-consenting people. So it's...
Well, that's not the same, but...
I guess they have branches.
Sure. I mean, yeah, there have definitely been times where my boyfriend and I have wanted to get it on in, like, bar bathrooms or something that we could possibly get caught. That's definitely happened. And I've definitely had sex in places where we did get caught. Remember when we went to the beach a few years ago with my family and my boyfriend at the time? I think we were like...
In the Bolivar Peninsula?
Yes, exactly. He and I snuck out like late at night to go like do it by the beach, and we were underneath the staircase and getting it on, and then all of a sudden my aunt comes down to smoke a cigarette and completely catches us. She pretends like she doesn't see anything, and we're like quickly putting our clothes on, and then we like walk out from underneath the staircase and try to play it cool, and we were like, can we have a cigarette too? And she was like, yeah. It was so fucking awkward, but I think there was some excitement with like, ooh, will we get caught? But we totally did get caught.
Wasn't it that same boy that you had sex with in my mom's house?
Yeah.
That I caught you guys doing it?
In your brother's bed? Don't tell him, cut this. Don't tell him.
You do have a kink for exhibitionism, I think.
I think I might. You're right. I don't think I really realized it until this, so thank you.
There's something about the risk of
It's exciting.
maybe someone will see.
Somebody's coming. Yeah, and it's like, hurry.
Mm-hmm.
I do like it.
Well, it does say that based on a study, 3% of people have reported having this fantasy at least once.
Okay, 3% is very low, and I don't believe that.
Yeah, so it's based on a study. So, I think that is skewed because a lot of people are, like, embarrassed. But at least 3% of people admitted to having this fantasy at least once. So
I bet there's more, but yes, I hear you.
there's probably more.
Definitely more.
And you fall in that percentile, I think.
Oh, I'm a rare gem.
And, I mean, I've had that fantasy at least once, too. It's not something that I don't think I've ever acted upon, but I have definitely thought about it being like, that's sexy.
That would be scandalous.
Scandalous.
Okay, that was a really good one, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for writing in queerly. So have we both said 2?
Yeah, is it time for a break?
I think I need a pee right now.
I do too. I really want to heat up my gluten-free little tamale thing that I got.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Save me some.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Bye, y'all.
And we're back.
We are back.
All right, Emily. So we just read a couple of secrets each. Do you know what that means?
What does it mean? Wait, I think I know.
It's time for the Swippity Swap.
That's right. It's the Swippity Swap. So this is the part of the show that I love the most. It's where I take a secret that I've read and I swap it to you, and then you cold read it.
Yeah.
Then you flop one on back to me, and I read a secret that I've never read before. Do you get the rules, Emily?
I think I do.
Okay, good. Then do it.
Okay.
Read the story that I gave you.
Okay.
Sorry for yelling.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, so this is from Trojan Man. No subject.
Trojan Man.
When I was in high school, I was never the one to turn down a party, but I never wanted to run the risk of having one at my house for the fear of being caught by my parents. One night, my parents surprised me by saying that they were going to be out of town for the whole weekend.
Woo!
So my thoughts were, I would be able to clean up and get away with this. I went for it. I called my closest friends and let them know to come over and bring some booze. The idea of throwing my first party kind of sank in, and I realized that I may not have enough people over, so I started inviting other people in school that weren't really even friends. And before I knew it, it was a big party.
That's so funny to me because I used to throw parties, and you know how you look around in your house and you're like, oh no, there's not enough people here.
Yeah, this isn't big enough.
Quick panic. Text everyone I know. Get them over here. And the next thing you know, it's out of hand.
Yeah, totally. Okay. At the party, I was dared to start chugging, and no way was I going to turn that down. The problem was that someone slid over the handle of gin. Gross. After a little more drinking, people wanted a cigarette, so we went up through my room to the balcony that is shared between mine and my sister's room. How nice. What kind of house do you have?
Yeah, I know.
Well, I started to hook up with someone on the balcony, and we wanted to take it a little further, so since my room was the entrance to the smoker's balcony, we went to my sister's room. Towards the end of the night, I didn't really remember anything, and my friends really did the cleanup. They were awesome. I was in the clear for my parents' return, or so I thought. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
That Monday, after my sister and I got out of school, I stayed downstairs and grabbed something to eat while my sister went to drop off her backpack in her room. When she came back downstairs, all I heard was my mom yelling at my sister, "What the hell is stuck on your shoe?" Oh my god. It was the condom that I had used the prior weekend, and apparently it stayed on the bedroom floor. Luckily, quickly after my mom yelled at my sister, she said that she didn't know and she must have stepped on it walking home. My mom bought it, and no one knows the truth to this day.
Yes!
Oh, nice. So smooth. Oh, that is so fucking funny.
He was just gin drunk, which is sometimes your drink of choice, right?
I love gin, yes.
You love gin. This guy did not like gin. It did him dirty that night.
I fucking love gin.
So have you ever thrown, back whenever you were in high school, did you throw like a secret party at your house?
I mean, nothing at my house, but I definitely attended parties that I had to hide from my mom, you know.
Yes, it was like the party that I threw at my house when you banged in my brother's room.
You had to hide that from your mom? I thought we were old enough where she didn't care.
No, that was when we were 18. We had just graduated. My mom did not want strange kids in their house fucking in her house.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. It was a good party, though. I had a good time.
I think I had a good time until you traumatized me.
Shut your mouth. You should have knocked.
I was not expecting there to be banging to be going on.
Well, that's why you should have knocked.
Where are my friends? Let me open this door, and next thing I know, I'm seeing y'all naked.
Why were you wondering where I was, huh?
I was bored, I guess. I don't know.
I need to put some more lip smacker on real quick. I am addicted to it, but the Google says that it shouldn't be addicting, but it is.
Lip smackers.
Tropical punch. The cotton candy is really the best.
It did make your lips very shiny.
Yeah.
So, a rogue condom. How do you feel about that?
Yucky and awesome and hilarious.
I guess moral of the story, Trojan Man, try to, even if you're blacked out drunk, prioritize where you put that used condom.
Yes. Yeah, there's always got to be a designated discard receptacle.
Mm-hmm. Your sister's bedroom floor is not the best place. Lessons have been learned, though, and I don't feel bad for you because you have a balcony attached to your bedroom, so...
Yeah, must be nice.
Bougie, bougie, bougie. All right, I swapped one to you. Why don't you swip one back over to me?
All right, here you go.
Okay, so now it's my turn to read the story that Emily swapped on over to me.
Hey-o. Hey-o.
Okay. Oh my god. I just opened up our shared Take This to Your Grave podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we have a promotional email from Lip Smacker.
Are you kidding me?
It says Lip Smacker, now $2.49, priced at $4.
Do you think it's because I don't have a piece of tape over my camera or something?
Well, neither do I. They've been listening to us this whole time. That's not cool.
I'm really terrified. That is terrifying.
I guess that's a great deal. Maybe you should jump on that. But stop listening to us, Lip Smacker, and also every other company.
That's scary. I only Googled it like right before we started recording. I'm actually terrified. If you haven't watched The Social Network on Netflix, you should. And we should delete everything and live off the grid.
Not The Social Network. You mean the,
What's it called?
The Social Problem?
No.
The Social...
Dilemma.
The Social Dilemma. If you haven't watched The Social Dilemma, watch it and then delete all your social apps because they are listening,
Yes.
even Lip Smackers.
Oh my god, I'm mortified.
But it's a great deal. Maybe you should use that coupon. Anyways, let me read the swippity swap that you sent to me. Oh no, I can already tell from the fake name. So This is from Poo Poo Peggy. Subject, it wasn't lube.
Spoiler alert.
All right. In between my freshman and sophomore year of college, I was home visiting my high school sweetheart, who still lived with his very traditional parents. We had a bucket list of all the freaky sexual encounters that we wanted to experience before I went back to school. At the top of his list was pegging. Great. Okay, cool. We did our research. We prepared and practiced, and he did all of the necessary quote-unquote cleaning before we partook. So we did the deed in his dark bedroom, and all seemed well. My stomach, thighs, and general fupa area seemed very wet, though.
Can you let our listeners know what FUPA stands for?
I don't know. It's FUPA?
Front upper pussy area.
I had no idea.
Really? You've never heard of FUPA?
I mean, I thought that had something to do with like a woman's genital area. Front upper pussy area?
Yeah. Or maybe pelvic area, but I've always heard pussy area.
I like pussy area. Let me read that sentence again so we all have context. So, my stomach, thighs, and general fupa area seemed very wet, though. I figured it was just the lube and kept on. After finishing up, he got up to flip on the lights, and I was absolutely covered in shit. Like, belly button to my knees, covered in his dookie. I don't know how I didn't smell it in the act, but I didn't. I tried to stay calm, but was freaking out inside. I obviously needed to get to the shower, and quickly. It was about midnight at this point, and his parents were still awake in the living room.
Yup.
I would have had to walk through the living room to get to the bathroom on the other side of the house. I obviously couldn't walk to the bathroom covered in shit, so I laid on his bed, completely still, plugging my nose, and covered in poop for 45 minutes! No!
Oh, my cheeks hurt. Oh.
This is too much.
You can do it. We're so close.
Okay. Covered in poop for 45 minutes until his parents finally went to bed. Most traumatizing sexual encounter of my life. Yeah. He asked if I wanted to try again a few weeks later, and I politely declined.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh my god. That was one of the best stories I think I've read in a long time. That was so fucking good.
Yeah. It's so good. And this is another one of those things where I commend a man for being open about the pegging thing. I feel like a lot of guys are against that because it's like there's some stigma behind it. So I appreciate that he was open and was like, yeah, I want to try this. Let's fucking try it. And they went for it. I think that's awesome.
And I'm sure that he liked it. I mean,
yeah, because he wanted to do it again.
Yeah. I also am wondering how she didn't smell it. I mean, she said that she was covered in his shit.
She was just wrapped up in the moment, you know.
It was dark. I mean, in hindsight, I'm sure both of them were thinking this would have been a better thing to do after my parents went to bed.
Yeah.
It took a lot of balls for them to experiment in pegging while the parents were still awake in the house.
Yeah, I agree.
But also that might have been another like exhibitionist type of thing.
Exactly. It's exciting. Could we get caught with a dildo up my ass?
Mom and dad are awake in the living room. Let's just do it.
Yeah. Fuck me in the butt.
With a peg and get shit all over your body.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously that was not part of the plan.
No.
I'm glad that she also still had like a humorous cadence in her email and this didn't like ruin sex for her. But what an icky experience. I'm glad you made it through it, and I hope you guys are still together. I'm sure you guys laugh about this.
I was gonna say, I wonder if y'all are still together. And if y'all have tried it again, even though you politely declined that time, I wonder if you've given in since then and that y'all have done it again. And I hope it was successful. I mean, not saying that it wasn't successful, but I hope it wasn't as messy.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking good.
What a good story to end on. Good pick, Emily. That cracked my shit up.
All right.
Do you know what that means?
Are you ready to play? Great game.
Okay, so this week I am doing my grave games on last meals of famous serial killers that were put to death.
Yo, how did you think of this? This is a good idea.
I have to give all the credit to a coworker of mine named Colin.
Damn it. Give me Colin's number for my next week's.
Nope. Get your own friends. So I guess we'll just jump in, yeah? I got all of this information from cbsnews.com. Thanks, CBS. Okay, so number 1. We all know Ted Bundy, but in 1976, Ted Bundy was one of the most notorious serial killers in American history and was put to death in Florida by electric chair at the age of 43. He was sentenced to death for rape, necrophilia, prison escape, and more than 35 counts of murder.
Fucking piece of shit.
Yes. What was Ted's last meal before being executed? A. Peach tea, biscuits and gravy with Cool Ranch Doritos. B. McDonald's Big Mac, chicken nuggets, and a strawberry smoothie. C. He refused to eat anything. Or D. A fruit parfait, Snickers bar, and sweet potato fries.
Damn, that last one sounds like a person who has a big sweet tooth. But I think Ted Bundy was all-American. I want to say he had the McDonald's meal B.
He was C. He actually refused to eat anything.
Nothing?
Yeah. So what they do in that situation is they kind of give them the staple meal, which is like steak and eggs with hash browns and toast and coffee or whatever. But even though they gave that to him, he still refused to eat anything before he was killed.
What a stubborn asshole. I know that he was a very arrogant prick. So I'm sure that he was just like, y'all are putting me in the den. I'm not going to eat anything.
Fuck you guys.
Ugh.
I know. Yeah.
Who you got next?
All right. So we all know John Wayne Gacy, right?
Ooh, Clown Man.
Yes, the killer clown. But John Wayne Gacy was put to death in Illinois by lethal injection at the age of 52. He was sentenced to death for rape and 33 counts of murder.
That he buried underneath his garage, underneath cement.
Yes, terrible. Side note, he was put to death the day before I was born.
Oh my god.
May 10th. Well, I guess I shouldn't tell people my birthday.
So that means that his soul may have been reincarnated into you, and that's why you fucking love clowns so much.
Oh my god, Jake.
He died, and then you were birthed.
Shit, I did not even think about it. Oh no.
Emily Wayne Gacy.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I don't want to kill anybody. Okay, I do like clowns. Okay. So what was John Wayne Gacy's last meal before being executed?
Okay.
A. Fried shrimp, a bucket of KFC, fries, and strawberries. B. Ramen noodles, 2 bananas, and steak. C. Grilled cheese, baked potato, and mac and cheese. Or D. Crab legs, cornbread, and cheesecake.
Okay, I know that he was a big man. And I think the first one with the KFC bucket, like it sounded like you were listing off a bunch of different answer options. I think it was A.
Yes!
Hey-o!
Did you know he owned 3 different KFC franchises in his lifetime? So
Yes, I did know that. I had forgotten that until you said it. But yes, he loved KFC.
Yes, correct. Absolutely excellent work.
Mm-hmm. And I bet he ate every single morsel of that.
Yes, I would. I'm craving it now, even though I have celiac. If I was being put to death, I would eat all the gluten in the fucking world. I don't even give a fuck. Okay, so number 3.
Yes.
You might not know Timothy McVeigh. Do you know who that is?
I've heard of him.
Okay. Timothy McVeigh was the American terrorist behind the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995.
Evil.
Yeah, fucking fucker. He was put to death in Indiana by lethal injection at the age of 33. He was sentenced to death for 168 counts of murder.
That is appalling.
ruins my soul. Fuck that motherfucker. What was Timothy's last meal before being executed?
Okay.
A. Spaghetti and meatballs with a side of cashews and chocolate milk.
What the fuck?
B. 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream. C. Fried chicken sandwich, coleslaw, and 3 vanilla cupcakes. Or D. Cottage cheese, peach pie, and fried clams.
Ew, I really hope it's not that last. All of those sound disgusting.
Well, that's what's shocking is that when I did this research, the combination of food that these people choose really is so fucking random.
This guy is obviously fucked up. I think he just downed a bunch of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Correct! Ding, 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 ding! You win grave games. You win grave games. Yes, he absolutely had 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream before being put to death.
Ew.
I know. It just blows my mind that we even give them like a last wish. Like, ugh.
But
Like,
I want to know, what would your last meal be?
oof. Okay, so like I said, I just was diagnosed with celiac, so I would definitely eat anything with gluten in it because I'm about to die. Who gives a fuck, right?
What do you miss the most?
Popeye's fried chicken sandwiches. Jesus fucking Christ. Or just a fried chicken. Fried chicken, please. I just want some fried fucking chicken. God damn it. And a good bun. A non-gluten-free bun.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
All the gluten.
I have to stop talking about it. It's still too new. What would yours be?
I would probably just have the most expensive platter of sushi.
I was gonna say, I feel like you would get like a lobster tail or some...
I fucking love seafood.
Yeah.
I would have sushi, some cocktail shrimp, and are you allowed to have alcohol
I don't think so.
as your last meal?
Surely not.
But why not? You're about to die.
Well, who wants to pay for that? I mean, I guess we're taxpayers are paying for all of it, but...
I will take a pitcher of Long Island iced tea and call it a day.
Yes. Box wine.
Woo!
A whole box.
Let me
of
slap
wine.
a bag of box wine.
Remember when we actually tried to slap the bag? I'm so embarrassed to even say that. Ew. We did attempt to slap a bag. We didn't know what it was all about, and it was like, this is all you do? And you just
That's the
slap
game.
The
The game
bag
is
and
slapping
then...
the bag. You pull the bag out of the box of wine and you just slap, slap, slap while you chug.
But why do you slap?
For fun.
I don't understand it at all. What? Just to slap it?
Yeah. It's for like the camaraderie.
I'm skeptical.
Everyone's watching you slap it. Everyone's like, slap it more. And you're like, I'm doing it while you chug, chug, chug.
Ridiculous. Well, nice job, Jake. I'm really impressed with you. 2 out of 3.
I took some wild guesses, but I guess I'm in the mind of a serial killer.
Yeah, congrats.
Wait.
Wait a sec.
Pump the brakes. I think at this point we just need to get out of this graveyard.
I know, it's starting to get late, a little spooky. Let's get the fuck out of here. Before we leave, we need to lay the secrets to rest.
Okay, let's do it really quickly.
You got your shovel?
Yes, I got my shovel.
Okay.
So, listen, we just really want to send some big ups to all the people that sent their secrets into us this time.
Yeah, so brave.
Whether you were haunted by a ghost named Billy.
Or whether you pegged your boyfriend and got his shit all over you. Whether you fondled your cousin in the backseat of the minivan.
It is all okay, and we are going to bury your secrets deep into the ground.
Forever.
Sprinkling the sacred dirt on top of your shame, embarrassment, and it's gonna be gone forever, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
The grave saints have lifted your secrets into the ether.
Alright, you guys, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think I'm literally getting frostbite. Which way is the exit?
That way.
Let's go. Oh, and hey guys, by the way, remember, if you're jealous that you didn't get a secret read on this episode, you can always write in to takethistoyourgrave.com. Any embarrassing story or shameful regret or like a weird obsession or addiction, just write it into us and we'll read it on the next episode.
Yeah, and lay it to rest. And we also have a voicemail feature this season. If you call us at 469-608-1425, we will get a transcription of whatever the fuck you call in, and we might read that on the podcast. Or we'll just play a clip of your voice if you don't mind us playing your voice.
Oh, and don't forget to put a star 67 in front of that number just to make sure that you are completely anonymous.
Yes. Also, if you go to our website, takethistoyourgrave.com, and click on the content page, there's an entire page with links to articles from the last season so you can catch up on what you missed.
And if you want to follow us on Instagram to see whenever we are about to release our next episode, we are Take This to Your Grave Pod.
All right.
Okay.
I'm spooked.
I just found the gate. It's been here the whole time. I swear it was over there earlier.
Oh my god. You got the keys?
I got the keys.
All right, let's go. Buddies forever.
Buddies forever. Love ya. Bio, bio, bio.
Bio, bio.